Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about the solar eclipse on 26th of December. This is a major eclipse. It is surrounded by all the planets except Mars, Venus, and Rahu. Stellium in Sagittarius, solar eclipse in Mula and Sagittarius. So, how does it affect us and what to look out for? Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton, and we are talking about the solar eclipse of 26th of December. And do remember to subscribe and press the bell notification and share as well. I'm going to be doing a lot of recordings, so it is worth your while to get the information as soon as you get it. We are talking about the solar eclipse of 26th of December. This is a major eclipse because it is surrounded by many planets. Normally, the solar eclipse always takes place when sun and moon, so new moon time, it is possible to have the solar eclipse. The full moon eclipse, which follows this solar eclipse, will be lunar eclipse. So the solar eclipse on 26th of December, I think it is important to recognize that this eclipse will have an impact on your personal chart as well as on the world affairs, because eclipses also are giving some notification to the world with what is going to happen. And because it is such an important eclipse, what I've decided to do is that I'm going to do 3 videos for it. The first video is this one, which is an overall general look at it. And then, because how it is going to affect you, I will do a video specifically about how it affects you and the signs of the zodiac. And then when we go a bit more deeper, we will look at the nakshatras. So I had done a nakshatra video and it was very popular. So I'm going to do how the nakshatras, how your nakshatra, moon nakshatra, will get affected by this eclipse. So that is to come. So remember, there are 3 separate videos on this subject. So let us just first look at the basics of the eclipse. The eclipse is taking place at 9 degrees 58 of Sagittarius, and it is on 26th of December. Depending on where you are, accordingly the eclipse will take place. The timing will vary, so I'm not going to give the timing. Usually UTC, it's saying it starts at 2:53 and it is total by approximately 5:30 UTC, means universal time, but it'll vary and you watch out for how it is in your country. Now, the impact of the eclipse is obviously on the areas where the eclipse is taking place. It starts in Middle East and it goes through south of India and Sri Lanka. So south of India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, these are the states that will get affected. So India gets affected and it'll be visible. Full eclipse will be visible through Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. And then it will go towards Singapore and Indonesia. So these are the mostly Asian countries that the eclipse is being affected. But don't think that those are the only people who will experience the eclipse. The eclipse will be, you feel it. Sometimes what happens is if your country is not under the eclipse path, you can feel the energy, but it's more secretive or unexpected. It's not an event that you think is going to happen, but something happens unexpected that can be a possibility with the eclipse. So, when we are looking at the world affairs and also weather patterns and some kind of natural event happens with the eclipse. So, one of the things I've noticed is that things don't really happen on the eclipse day, but we can get some kind of uh, earthquake. Uh, you know, big storm, tornado, something like that happening as far as weather is concerned. Also, because an eclipse can make um, the mind unsettled, then if those people who get connected to the eclipse can do something crazy, we see that eclipses, one has to be very calm during the eclipse time. And if the mind goes off, then you can maybe see some kind of crazy aspect of people behaving negatively. And so the eclipse in Sagittarius is a warrior sign, whereas the true aspect of Sagittarius war is on a spiritual level, but we see people can get very militant and agitated and want to fight around that time. And so the country that I'm aware of more, India, this eclipse is going to take place in the 8th house of the India 1947 chart. So therefore, 8th house is quite unsettled, and you will see some political upheaval in the states where the eclipse is visible, but overall in India as well. And unexpected events taking place, weather, earthquakes, things like that. It's not on the day, and this is where the difficulty in prediction can take place. And then also in the southern part of Asia, where it is visible, Singapore and Indonesia and the countries around there also to be conscious of. And USA has many charts, but one of the USA charts that I use has got Sagittarius ascendant, about 6 degrees of Sagittarius. So this particular eclipse is showing upheaval in USA as well. Although it's not visible in USA, you may still see that there will be some events related to USA that we will be dealing with, and to be aware of it at that time. And also on a personal level now, if your birthday is on the 26th of December, then definitely you are expecting some changes in your life. If your birthday is 24th and 27th, also it's close enough to the eclipse, so you can have impact of change. Usually, an eclipse is an omen for things to happen. It's not necessarily that they would be negative or positive, but it is a omen for transformation and change. So you can expect some aspect of that taking place in your life. And of course, if you have planets placed at 9 degrees of Sagittarius, so 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, I would say, if you have planets placed there, depending on the Karaka significator of the planet and what houses the planet rules, then accordingly you will feel the impact of the eclipse. It doesn't matter whether you are under the eclipse path or not. So what can you do on the eclipse day? Now, on the eclipse day, it is important that you don't do any major events. In fact, even 25th, 26th, 27th, mostly avoid traveling, avoid holding some big function, because you have no control over how this energy will manifest. In your own self, try to keep the day simple. I always find when the eclipses are happening, wherever they're happening, the mind feels a bit unsettled and as if there's some heavy energy around. And those of you who are in the eclipse path, then you can genuinely feel really restless and often the feeling is that I should be doing something, whereas the opposite is true, that you're keeping your energy simple. It's a good idea after the eclipse has passed to have a shower and let go of the energy. In the olden times, they would not stock water, but nowadays, because everything is in watered bottles and, things are difficult to control because you've got so much stuff that is already pre-packaged. That means that gets the effect of the eclipse. But it is a good idea to try to just eat simply or less on that day, and to think that you are going to feel some kind of disturbance. So therefore, if you feel that, it is not that you have to do something about it, just keep yourself busy. And it would be a good idea to do some chanting. If you want to do some chanting, you want to do some prayer around that time, then this is a good remedy to do. As part of this, I'm going to do how the eclipse affects you by sign. So each sign you'll be aware, and then I'll talk about another video on the nakshatras. So you will know that how it affects. Of course, with the world events, we can't do anything about it, what is going to happen. So we should be more cool about it, not trying to get agitated with that energy. And depending on your sign, and of course, when you're looking at the signs, what dasha you're running and what is your other things that are happening for you. But Sagittarius is the big one. So that is where the energy is all collected and all the planets are there. And the main planet with sun and moon is Jupiter. Jupiter has got a tight conjunction with the sun. It's compass. So we are not as yet getting so much of the Jupiter and Sagittarius effect because Jupiter's in all this complicated energy. So therefore, those are the main planets. Saturn will actually change nakshatras just after the eclipse. It moves out of Purva Ashada into Uttara Ashada. But Moon, Mercury together on the eclipse, that means Moon is the emotional mind, Mercury is the thinking. So our thinking is very confused. And, if you've watched the eclipses as long as I've watched, it is all about patience, restraint, understanding that the energies are disturbed and not allowing the outer shadowy energy to affect you. So keep a lookout. I will be posting immediately about how it affects your signs and then how it affects your moon nakshatra. So again, please remember to subscribe and share and press the bell notification. And I always appreciate you. Thank you very much.